Yeah, well, that's the title of this video. I got banned for no reason, basically. The text you're going to see here is just summarizing everything I put in the captions, and for wondering why my voice here, going to be a Yapatron, because I'm too lazy to add extra captions. Now, one thing's for sure, Roblox makes no sense to me, bro. How do I get banned at the speed of light, but there are hackers roaming the earth, mommies roaming the earth, people in the marketplace making day and gussies as we speak, condos, e-dating, tons of other stuff that David Bazuki needs to check in on, other stuff like that. How do they not fix that, but they come after me first? Like, that's my question. But here I'm going to explain what's going on, why it happened, and what actually happened, because I have all the footage here. Okay, so here I'm just being moldy and just killing this guy for last one standing. You can pause to read the captions, as they will mostly explain for you. So, why am I yapping? One thing's for sure, Forgotten is basically a hellhole compared to Forsaken. In Forsaken, at least people help each other out. In Forgotten, it's every man for themselves, which honestly makes kind of sense, because no one really cares for each other. In Forgotten, no one helps you mid-chase unless they have at least 1,000 days of playtime. In Forsaken, bro, everyone's gonna jump you the moment you try pinning one survivor down. Well, that's mainly because team effort takes skill, and Forgotten is full of crappy people who don't know how to play the actual Forsaken. And I would say, to figure out your skill in Forsaken, take your skill level and cut that into 1/4. So if you have 1,000 survivor wins in Forgotten, you have 250 survivor wins in Forsaken. If you have 100 killer wins in Forgotten, you have 25 killer wins in Forsaken. Like, a milestone 4 is the equivalent of a milestone 1. You get what I'm saying? One thing's for sure, bro, this guy Random, I have met many targeters, bro, of every single time. J-Sync, Gubby, Job Application, 1X, John Doe, Cool Kid, Noli, Herobrine. But one thing's for sure, bro, I have never met such a deuce as this guy. Random 2. Yes, I even screenshotted his name and everything. So if you want to ban him, ban him. But bro, I have never met such a persistent douchebag that chooses a target at such a high skill level, bro. Like, dude, if I had the death note, I would write your name to him. And I make sure it counts on usernames too, bro. Because there's no way we have 6,000 years worth of human evolution to summon a worthless prick. And you could tell him I said that. What's he gonna do? There's no way this dude has Zac level skills. If you don't know who Zac is, he's the most cracked Forgotten player I've ever known, man. He still scares me in my nightmares. I always check under the bed to see if he's there, because he scares the crap out of me. But bro, there's no way that this dude Random, bro. Random's like a deuce compared to Zac, bro. There's no way you have like Zac level skill and you still choose a target. And here I say all that targeting just to lose. Toxicity 100% deserved. I do not care what anyone says. If you try to defend against me otherwise, you never had the misfortune of being targeted yourself, twin. And especially if you get targeted repeatedly. So I don't care what nobody says. All that targeting just lose. And he's such a sore loser to the point where he blames it on his lag. And I say, right, because I know he's wrong, bro. This man had a higher chance of winning the game if he decided to leave me last. Okay, but enough with the pouting. I'm going to explain this entire round because it's very important in some of the reasons why I got banned. So I choose Flipnote as I want to get him to level 200 and then move on to the next survivor. Larva over here is backshotting me. I don't know if that's illegal. Take a look at this Nanashi Mume Sutart, a news reporter, and the Larva news reporter. These three people are going to be very important. As you see here, the milestone for Jason is slashing this rock. If anyone has decent knowledge, you should not stun them. And just like that, in the news report, I sealed our death. I say here, are you stupid? Because these people do not have... You should know that if you decide to attack a milestone for Jason, whether you stun them or make them helpless, they will kill everyone. And as a cherry on top, Nanashi Mume or Sutart decides to stun them, and I say, "Are you stupid?" Because these people know that milestone should know that milestone for Jason kills everyone, and the milestone for Jason, for some reason, comes after me. Like, what the hell did I do? But looking back at the footage, I think, oh, it may be because they think I called them stupid. And even if I did call them stupid, that's no reason to target you, bro. It's just words, bro. Like someone shouldn't die for their words, bro. Like, for example, Jesus died for his words. Abraham died for his words. Martin Luther King died for his words. Charlie Kirk died for his words. You should not die for your words, twin. Even in the game, twin. Even if it's wrong, bro, you should not die for your words. Okay, even though that Sutart started everything, bro, W Sutart for defending. So as you see, I'm coin flipping as I'm trying to get my health up, get my weakness down, get my gun ready, because Flipnote has a very high skill floor with a medium skill ceiling. I would not recommend Flipnote as a starting character. I would save him towards later in the end of range Sentinels. If I had to say Sentinels, it would be Jim, Flipnote, and Super Senior Gojo in order. But here we see that Slasher is trying to again, so I shoot them. That get him, saving Sutart. And of course, because this milestone for Slasher is a targeter, they want to go after me. Honestly, I don't know what I did to deserve that, bro. I'm just playing the game. Oh, wow, bro. You cannot defend this Slasher, bro. You're like, there's no way you're going to teleport towards me and say that's not targeting, twin. I'm genuinely pissed that some people are like milestone 4s, have like 1,000 killer ones, and they still play like this. Like, dude, you do not deserve life. Like, I get it if you're like playing for the first time or have little experience because you're learning how to play the game. The only way you can get kills is by just hard focusing on them. I get it. But there's no way you could be Fire Janny and still target, bro. And you know, as you see here, I am going through this P-shaped Rock of Doom for Janet because they can't really, it's hard for them to get to me. The only way they can do that is by looping. And they remove Jason's Raging Pace, so they're kind of fried. As you see here, they Mr. Behead, so I try to shoot them, and of course my gun had to explode on me. The math is not mathing. If I were to read Flipnote's description, it would make no sense because each successful coin flip increases the chance of the gun shooting by 20%. Multiply that by 3, that's an extra 60%. Meaning that I would have, in theory, 110% chance of shooting the gun successfully. So that's easy game, right? No, there have been instances where the gun doesn't shoot, where the gun explodes on me, which doesn't make sense because the math is not mathing. So you're gonna have to, Forgotten Devs, please change that description. But here we're looping because, well, it's either that or die. Honestly, Camp Lapis is the best map against Milestone 4 Jasons because there's this rock, this P-shaped rock of doom and despair that targets, specifically towards targeters, bro. You get targeted, start looping. It's like, this is going to be a horrible analogy, but it's like Gojo versus Sukuna. The targeter of today versus the strongest looper of history. Because looping and targeting go back to Dead by Daylight, when it had a different term called tunneling, where you had to hook a survivor 3 times to kill them. So yeah, here I'm being the strongest looper in history, fighting the strongest targeter of today. And you know, obviously, they think, nah, I'd win, but little did they know I was gonna turn into a Kit Kat. But that's a different topic. But yeah, obviously, I don't know why they still try targeting me, bro. Like, props to Flipnote that Stunning Jason, you are a real one. And they still try going after me when there's a Flipnote right next to him. Like, I'm low-key disappointed, twin. Like, there's no way you can do all that and tell me that you're not targeting. Like, dude, I said light work here, which isn't harassment, by the way. Why? Because that Milestone 4 Jason wanted my blood most. And, you know, these people are like, just because you have a Milestone 4 doesn't mean skill. You know, they're like dissing and stuff. But other than that, bro, I said light work because of how relieved I felt. I've never survived the Milestone 4 targeter, bro. So don't be surprised if I act like this. And yes, this was one of the things that I got banned for. Random about to kill us all. That's not harassment. That's a warning saying that we are all gonna die. It's not a threat. It's a warning saying we're all gonna die. Now this next part isn't really worth that much, but here is just extra proof of Random being a D1 targeter, bro. He is such in fact a target. He needed minions just to kill me, bro. Like I should honestly pat myself on the back for that, you know? Because like you're so good to the point where people have to team up on you just to win, bro. So like that like kind of like makes me like the chosen member. Enough with the ego talk. Here I'm trying to run. I'm trying to live. You know, stuff like that. These minions come. 1x comes, and it's already wraps as you're never gonna walk it out this one alive. And yeah, I'm just a minion too. Honestly, bro, pro tip for infection, choose Gem. Gem's gun and dodgeball combo does 85 damage total, as the minions have only 200. As the minions only have 200, it's really effective because you could just use your abilities 3 times in a row, and you just kill them. Assuming that they don't hurt anyone. If they successfully land an attack, they get the heal, but... Okay, this round means nothing, so I'm just gonna yap about random stuff here. Or you can just sit here and enjoy the show. Oh. One thing's for sure, targeting and looping have existed for centuries, basically. Okay, that's exaggeration. It's existed ever since the first asymmetrical survival horror being Dead by Daylight. The hardest counter towards targeting has to be looping. There's this little code of honor that I like to follow. If you should only loop if you're being targeted. Why? Because looping is most effective against enemies. Alright, but since it's such a douche technique, it's such a controversial way to play, you should only do it if you're being relentlessly pursued. Now, if you should only, when it comes to targeting, if you target for anything longer than a minute, that's considered targeting. Like anything past a minute, that's considered targeting. Oh yeah, in this part I got banned. One again. Yeah, that's my entire yap session. Roblox needs better moderation. Forgotten needs to fix the targeting problem. They need to add peak content instead of 5 new Hatsumiku skins that nobody asked for, and 20 new